Okay, tightened all 6 lines at the injectors. I never would have got number 6 tightened if the loader had moved down anymore while it was settling, but luckily I put these wooden 4x4 posts in there to keep that from happening. Anyways, let's see. I'm going to back off this throttle some, and because I'm a chicken. And let's see. You know what I want to do now, right? You know I want to give it a blast of ether. Oh, let's try the preheater, just for the heck of it. Skipping a little bit, but sure there's air still in that line that has to work its way out. Well, my apologies everybody. The flip video ran out of memory right while it was running. So I also gotta go run. I gotta go pick up my kids. So I gotta shut it down. I shut it down, and what I'm going to do is, as soon as I get back, I'm going to fire it back up. Hopefully it'll still be warm enough. It should restart easy, and we'll give it a good look-see, a good licky-loo. All right, it's been about 20 minutes since I left. The manifold's completely cooled off, and I don't see any leaks. This is wet over here, but this actually is wet from the air cleaner dripping on it, all the crap that was in that air cleaner. So let's see what happens. Now I've disconnected the fuel pump, that electric fuel pump again. Okay, so I've got my shut off in the run position. About half throttle. Let's see if it'll actually start without the preheater. Alright, so I'm going to give it a 10 count to the preheater. Eight, 9, 10. Pretty good. I like being able to start it without any ether or starting fluid. None of this. Look, man, no starting fluid. Don't see any leaks. Back it down to an idle. And once again, no electric pump running. Still smoking like a son of a gun. Well, my crankcase is actually still overfilled from the last time that it was overfilled. So that's the next order of business, is going to be to drain and refill the crankcase and monitor the oil level and make sure that I don't have a problem with my umbrella seals. So there's idle. No surging. Seems nice and smooth. Now we're at high speed. Still seems like it's going to skip at the high speed. kosher except when I put it on wide open throttle. I don't know. I honestly don't think it's running any better or any worse than before I did anything to it. Before I did anything to the pump. You know? So I'm thinking that whatever's going on with it now isn't necessarily even injection pump related. But I don't see any leaks on the injection pump, so that's no external leaks. I had a couple external leaks, those are taken care of now, it looks like. So that's a plus. And then of course, if I'm no longer pushing fuel into my crankcase, that's the other big improvement. I wonder if I hook up the pump and I try the wide open throttle with the electric pump running, whether or not it changes anything. Let's try that. I got the electric pump on now, and now let's see what happens when That seems better, doesn't it? Let's shut the pump off and see what happens. Actually, it just seems like it's getting better on its own. Alright, now I'll go from an idle to full throttle with the pump off. No! That just seems better on its own. Oh, I'm actually satisfied for now. Oh, I still got a ton of blow-by. You can feel that smoke coming up on the other side there. And it's actually also coming out of these holes here that don't have bolts in them on the cover. Like I mentioned before, there's not a lot of fuel in the tank, so I'd be tempted to take it for a drive, put some load on it, you know, push the engine a little bit, see how it does. But for one thing, that overfilled crankcase, I don't really want to push the engine with the crankcase too overfilled like that. But I do want to move it a little bit because, you see, the wife isn't home yet, and if I move this thing just around the corner a little bit, off to the side of the yard, I'll be able to bank some serious points with the wife. He hates looking out the back window at this thing. Can you believe it? She doesn't think that's beautiful. I don't know what's wrong with the woman. Anyways. So let's move the battery charger so I don't run over it. Ow. A pup. See that thing purr like a kitten. Oh, gee. Maybe I should be worried about overheating, huh? I'm not going to run it down. What's up? The fan's not hooked up. Duh. Gotta get the backhoe lifted. Whoop. That's not the one I wanted to work. That's the bad cylinder, the dipper stick. There's the one I wanted. Okay. And my stabilizers. Whoop. One. Two. Okay. Now we can, yeah. Sit in the soaking wet seat. Or utility log. All kids love log. That's a Ren and Stimpy reference. Oh, another duh moment. Yeah, don't let snow get in your fuel tank. Alright. Let's see. Let's check, make sure I got nothing to run over. Kind of almost have a parking spot there. That linkage still is a pain in the ass. Oh, I said it again. Tends to still pop in the gear. Boy, the power steering is really sluggish. I don't know if the fluid's just not warmed up enough or if it's low, but I think the power steering is going to need some attention. Slow to respond. I got to put the camera down to maneuver this thing. I see, I've only moved this thing about 50 feet. From there to there. Doesn't look like much, but you got to understand, psychologically, this is a big deal. When the wife looks out the window and sees it's not there, and it's over here, she'll know this means, that means it's not going to sit there forever. It's a good thing. All right, signing off for now.